This is the value of wrestling, the revolutionary force in wrestling podcasting.
Hey, it's your boy Miguel Z with the Value of Wrestling New Japan Rebound Podcast. I have a guest for you, folks.
Yeah, that part. Hey, man, shout out to Value of Wrestling. I'm right here with the Big O's, San Jose. We gonna shut the shit down. Love and respect, though, man. Value of Wrestling. Hello.
Man, thank you, brother. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you better call somebody. You know, I'm here, I'm back, I'm the Big Time. This is the Big Tyme Rants right here on the Value of Wrestling YouTube channel. I thank you for joining me. I thank you for being here. I thank you for taking time out of your day, your evening, whatever it may be, to sit down, relax, kick back, and listen to me do a little bit of ranting. Ladies and gentlemen, the news and rumor mill is not a whole lot of stuff. We know that some of the bigger news, some of the big information coming out is Mercedes Moné headed to AEW. Looks like she'll be showing up at Big Business. She may be followed suit by one Kazuchika Okada, who just wrapped up with New Japan Pro Wrestling. We know Will Ospreay will probably make his appearance as he's scheduled for the February 21st episode and scheduled to have a match at AEW Revolution in March 3rd, I believe it is. Anyways, that is some of the news. It is being reported as of today that Drew McIntyre has re-signed a WWE contract, that he's inked a new deal. So we're waiting for more information about that. It looks like Jade Cargill is going to go to the SmackDown roster. She won't be in NXT. She's coming right up to the main roster. And she may be featured at Elimination Chamber, as she may be featured in the Last Chance Battle Royal next week on Raw, I believe it is, where the women will be able to battle it out in a Battle Royal to get that last spot in the Elimination Chamber in Perth, Australia, coming up here on February 24th. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a hot time in the world of professional wrestling. We are hot on the trail of the road to Wrestlemania. Things couldn't get any better. Things couldn't be any brighter. It is intense, and I think everybody, if you're alive and you're into love with professional wrestling, you're definitely excited to see how this whole story is going to play out. So it is definitely interesting. But what are we here to talk about today? I think we've got to talk about the biggest news story in professional wrestling right now, what everybody's out here talking about. Whether you're a Dave Meltzer fan of Brian Alvarez, Sean Ross Sapp, Wrestle Talk, whoever it may be, there are a lot of commentators, there are a lot of podcasters when it comes to the world of professional wrestling, and that's what we are here. We are here to be contenders, not pretenders in this market, and we're fighting hard and strong to get our piece of that pie and be on the level with each and every one of these guys, because we know what we bring to the table each and every day, each and every week. I do apologize. It's the Big Time. I am finally back to 100%. I know it's been a minute since I've brought you any Big Time Rants. I haven't brought you much content. I've been under the weather. I've been fighting severe illness, strep throat. It's been a miserable couple weeks for me. It's just been a pain, and it sucks, but I'm glad to be back, and I'm here. But I think the big thing, we got to talk about what happened coming out of everything. Now, if you want to go back on the channel, you can watch a break it down episode where me and Mr. Clark reviewed the WWE WrestleMania 40 kickoff show, the news conference in Las Vegas on Thursday during Super Bowl weekend. During this whole time, they had a great program. They brought people into the T-Mobile Arena, packed that place pretty much out, and really, really shined and really got you excited for what is to come going into WrestleMania. even though we may not have known what the direction was, because the news and speculation was, is this a work or is this a shoot? And that's the big conversation. And I think we really have to go and step away from it all, because I think the bickering over, it's a shoot, it's a work, it's a shoot, it's a work, it really doesn't matter anymore. Who cares if we got worked, right? If it's all big work and we got worked, congratulations to Triple H, WWE, and all of them for what they've done. If it's a shoot and WWE had to pivot back into making it a work to save themselves because they made a bad decision, or they felt they made a bad decision because the WWE Universe voiced its opinion and WWE really listens this time instead of dragging it out, then good on WWE. I mean, isn't that the aspect? WWE decided to do the right thing. Whether they worked this from the beginning or this was a shoot that turned into a work, why are we arguing over on which side of the wall we should fall? It's a shoot. They shot on us. No, it's a work. You're getting work. You don't know anything. Who freaking cares? Let's get excited for what's coming. Elimination Chamber looking really hot, and the road to WrestleMania is just engulfed in just intrigue, interest, and it's got everybody going, what is going to come next? We got to see on Monday Night Raw where Cody and Seth Rollins had a great promo package, and Seth Rollins laying himself out there to be the shield for Cody Rhodes. We know on Friday we have Roman Reigns and The Rock in the ring with Paul Heyman. You have three great talents that are going to be in the ring together. Paul Heyman and The Rock, let alone these two on the mic. This could get very interesting. Roman in his own right can do some talking when he needs to. But man, SmackDown looking very, very hot, looking very, very interesting. Looks very, very exciting. Can't wait to see what we're going to get on SmackDown. But if we break it down, the rumors and the speculation that come out of all of this is back on January 3rd, The Rock was offered his position on the board of directors, and in that offering, he was offered the main event match at WrestleMania 40 against Roman Reigns. This is what was offered to The Rock if he joined the board of directors, which is very confusing, because if you tell me on January 3rd, if Ari Emanuel, if Nick Khan, if these bigwigs that are part of the board that wanted to bring The Rock on board, if all these buddies of The Rock too were like, hey, join the WWE board, come a part of the WWE, we want your input, we want you to be a part of this moving forward. It's very interesting, because if he was offered that match with Roman at WrestleMania 40, that was the main event, that's what got him to sign on. Then why didn't Nick Khan, Ari Emanuel, or any of these bigwigs come down to Triple H and go, this is the direction we're going. It's going to be Rock versus Roman at WrestleMania 40. Why would you let Triple H continue to go on, and why would Triple H go on to book Cody Rhodes to win the Royal Rumble? Because it's very confusing, because over the last year, 2 years, honestly, Cody Rhodes has been the man in WWE, okay? Cody Rhodes had a match with Seth Rollins where he tore his tricep, bicep, the whole pectoral muscle. It was black and blue. He went into Hell in a Cell, defeated Seth Rollins, went on hiatus, had the surgery, came back, won last year's Royal Rumble like we all wanted him to do. He went on to WrestleMania 39 to face Roman Reigns, was screwed out of it when he had Roman in his clutches by Solo Sikoa, and Cody lost, and Roman retained the title, and we were told it's about adversity. Cody hasn't faced enough adversity, so we all said, okay, fine. Let's see what you're going to do with Cody, what adversity he's going to face, and immediately he got hit by Brock Lesnar, and so he had to fight his way through Brock Lesnar into that. Brock Lesnar gave him his props, gave him his due respect, and Cody was really a set man, and then Cody ran through Judgment Day, why bringing Jey Uso over the Raw, taking some heat for that. Then he went into the War Games on Survivor Series, helping battle off Judgment Day was set up, and then we came into the Royal Rumble, where we either thought Cody or CM Punk was going to win it, CM Punk coming back. But my question is, if you knew The Rock was going to face Roman at WrestleMania, why would you have Cody win this Rumble? Why wouldn't you have given it to CM Punk? Though we didn't know CM Punk would have came out injured, Punk could have still won this Rumble. If he would have been injured, we'd have to change directions then, yes, granted. But why would you let Cody win this Rumble? Because it would make no sense. I don't see where The Rock, where Nick Khan, where Ari Emanuel, where Triple H would look at this and go, okay, Cody win the Rumble, but it all makes sense. The fans will just accept Cody giving his shot to The Rock. This doesn't make sense. Now, we had the moment on SmackDown where Cody came out. He said, I'm going to take everything from you. I'm going to do something. I had to seek counsel. I'm not taking your title from you at WrestleMania, though. And out comes The Rock, and we pivoted in this direction. And so you're telling me that nobody understood this was not going to work? Did they not know that every fan? Now, the diehard Cody fans were waiting for Cody to finish the story. That has been what we told. You even put it out in the brand new video game, in the release for the video game. Cody is finishing his story. So for the diehard Cody fans, it was always about Cody finishing the story. For the diehard wrestling fans who have followed the story, who followed it from last year, we thought, oh, and then we're like, no, okay, we'll give it some time. And you guys kept it fresh and kept us gnawing on that bone and kept our intrigue to come into this WrestleMania, believing that Cody was finally going to finish his story, that the moment was going to be achieved, that Cody would win that title, that he would be able to stand in Madison Square Gardens, where his daddy should have won that title, but it was taken away from him, that he was going to achieve the title. That is the WWE title, the WWE Undisputed Universal title. Yes, we know what it's called, but it is the lineage title. It's the title with all the lineage. That goes back to that date where Dusty Rhodes won that title, but it was taken away from him. And this is the title that we know Cody is supposed to win. This is the title Cody's supposed to have. This is the title that Cody's supposed to take to his dad. This is a title that, means everything. And so to pivot that way is very confusing. And we were all confused. Now, if WWE was shooting, or this was the direction they're going, this was a shoot, and then when they realized the fans' reaction was completely negative against this, and the Cody chants, and the Cody hashtag, we want Cody, went ballistic on X, Twitter, whatever we want to call it these days, and they go, okay, well, we screwed up. We need to pivot in a different direction. Okay. But could it all been a work from the beginning? Did they work this all around to see what the fans would say, to get the reaction, to set up The Rock in the position he is now? Because The Rock's became one of the biggest heels in wrestling now. After this press conference, and me and Mr. Clark broke it down, and to break it down, you can go check that out on the channel, what we thought of the press conference, breaking down all those details. So I'm not going to dive into the press conference, but The Rock set him up as one of the biggest heels. He's aligned with Roman Reigns. The Bloodline has a refresh, a reset kind of, in their storyline, which can carry out for a whole another year in a whole different direction if they want to book it right. Cody can still get his finishing story at WrestleMania. The Bloodline can continue on in a whole new way, and it's very interesting. But I mean, us sitting here as fans, as commentators, as whoever saying, no, it's this way. It was a work the whole time. Everybody's being worked. You just don't understand you're being worked. And the other people coming out going, no, I have the inside loop. It was all a shoot. This was the original idea. It's just WWE pivoted and made it into a work to save themselves. I mean, at this point, does it even matter anymore? Does it even mean anything anymore? Because right now, the conversation is what's going to happen on SmackDown right now. We saw what happened on Raw. Big moment. Now we got to hear the response on SmackDown. Are we going to get Cody and Seth Rollins versus The Rock and Roman sometime? Is it going to happen at WrestleMania? It's going to happen on the road to WrestleMania. It probably won't happen at Elimination Chamber, but there's a lot of possibilities. What will happen after WrestleMania? Will Seth Rollins go away, get his injuries healed up, get him, where he's 100% and come back and do this match at SummerSlam maybe? Are we going to get a tag team match? What is this all about? Are we going to get a tag team match at WrestleMania? Are we going to take a Seth Rollins who's kind of injured and have two matches in 2 nights? I mean, is he going to do a tag match as the main event for night 1 and then wrestle Drew McIntyre on night 2 or earlier on night 1? What if he gets more injured there? We know that he's going to have to face Drew McIntyre or Randy Orton or a LA Knight or a Bobby Lashley or some of the other guys that are last there. We know Logan Paul and The Miz and Dominic Mysterio and Kevin Owens are going to have a match. How is that all going to pan out? How are all these people going to fit into it? Who's going to win this match to take on Seth Rollins and become the world champion? So you really going to risk Seth Rollins wrestling twice in one night? I don't know about that, but we're going to find out a lot more on SmackDown. Are we going to get Cody facing The Rock on night 1 to be eligible to face the Roman Reigns that night 2? I think that's a very dangerous sentiment because if you get Rock and Cody against each other on night 1, setting up whoever wins gets to face Roman, you already kind of know Cody's going to win, so it's kind of a moot point in that match. I think we need a little more intrigue. We have to wait and see what's going to happen on SmackDown. Of course, me and Mr. Clark will be here with your SmackDown review to go over it. But, I mean, who cares anymore if we got worked? Who cares anymore if it's a shoot? The fact of the matter, it's interesting. The road to WrestleMania is hot. The intrigue's there. The conversation's there. They keep twisting us. We don't know what's coming down the next spin. We don't know if we're going left. We don't know if we're going right. We don't know what's to come. And that's what makes this road to WrestleMania so awesome. We know the Elimination Chamber's ahead of us. A lot of things going on there. that are going to really impact what's going to happen at WrestleMania. We're seeing a lot of storylines starting to come together. We know AJ Styles and LA Knight have this feud. How is this going to play out? What elements is this going to have as it goes into the future? Shinsuke Nakamura just started a feud with a Sami Zayn who is down. He lost on Monday Night Raw. Are we going to continue this feud? What is the story of Sami Zayn, who desperately needs this win, who desperately needs his redemption to feel validated, to prove that he belongs here? It's getting interesting every step of the way, and it's what is awesome. And wrestling's hot right now, at least in WWE. AEW, it's a different story. To me, it seems like a dying thing. AEW seems flatline. I know Tony Khan's coming out here telling everybody that AEW is doing the best business it's ever done. In quarter one of 2024, AEW is just the hottest commodity it's ever been, the hottest thing it's ever been. It's hotter. But when you look at the ratings decrease, the fans coming in attendance, yes, they're going to have a big night when they go to big business. They're selling a lot of tickets to that, but it's still under 6,000 people at this time. So is that really, packing out the TD Gardens in Boston? It's a big arena, and they're not going to have it packed. They'll make it feel packed with the number of people it looks like they're going to be there, but it's not going to be that thing. And even with a Mercedes Moné, a Kazuchika Okada, and a Will Ospreay coming into AEW, if they're not used right, if they're not developed right, if we don't feel like they fit in, I mean, Kota Ibushi, what happened to him? He was supposed to be a big get, and he's fell flat. Look at Adam Copeland. He sizzled out super fast and just doesn't feel important anymore, and the people are not tuning in to watch. Mercedes Moné will get a big pop at the beginning. Unless Britt Baker's ready to come back, I don't know what you do with her. Are you going to run her right into the women's world title picture? We've already seen that with Deonna Purrazzo. She's come in, had a couple of wins, and she's already deep in a feud with Toni Storm. And it's just, where's it going to go? Are we going to get Deonna Purrazzo winning this title at Revolution, and then is she going to get confronted by Mercedes Moné at Big Business? It's going to be really interesting. Tony Khan's really got to get focused on who he is and what this company is and what they are doing going forward and how they are going to save this company. Now, if they want to be a professional wrestling company, great. They can be just a focus on what's in-ring action and let that speak for itself. But they're not, because they blend in storylines. Come on, look, we just got out of the Devil storyline that's completely fallen flat because the Undisputed Kingdom just kind of, Wardlow doesn't feel important to be in the main event picture scene. Adam Cole is injured. MJF is injured and gone, so we really can't get into the depths of what is the Devil story. We're going to have to wait, but right now it feels like it's fallen flat and nobody really cares about it. Adam Copeland's character arc is fizzled out. The patriarchy with Christian Cage, you haven't seen much of it. It kind of sizzles and falls out. You're just like, AEW wants to be wrestling based, but they still have storylines. Look what they're doing with the EVPs of Matthew and Nicholas Jackson. That's a character. That is a storyline. That is storytelling that they're trying to tell there, whether we like it or not. And the Young Bucks are not very well receptive right now. People are not just really into the Young Bucks. I don't know if people are getting into this new Young Bucks gimmick. It's hard to say. We just kind of have to wait. But AEW is desperately hurting, and they're becoming less and less important as WWE brings in The Rock, as WWE is creating this multi-leveled storyline that is just very impressive, and it's got everybody's intrigue, everybody's interest. Everybody is tuning in to SmackDown. Everybody's tuning in to Raw. We have to know what's going on. Tony Khan's not bringing that to us in AEW. There's nothing to bring us intrigue. Is Sting's retirement match important? Yes, but are they really building it to feel anything? The EVPs, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, it's great, it's fun, but we're like, who cares? It's not enough intrigue to get us invested into the program, into the pay-per-view coming up. It's there, but it's going to be foreshadowed. The Elimination Chamber feels hotter than this, and that's going to be on the 24th. And then on the 3rd, the weekend after that, we're going to have Revolution for AEW, and everybody is talking more. I mean, people are talking more about WWE, talking more about the road to WrestleMania, more about The Rock and everything going on there, than even talking about the fact that Kazuchika Okada and Mercedes Moné are showing up on AEW TV probably. Mercedes Moné more apparent than maybe Kazuchika Okada, but we all believe, most people believe, and the assumption is they're all going to show up at Big Business, and it's going to be a big night for AEW. Maybe, I think that night they get a lot of pop, but what happens going forward? Can they present these people in the proper way to make them feel important? Are they going to give us a Mercedes Moné that we're going to feel important and ready to get behind? Are they going to present the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada, the way he's been presented in New Japan Pro Wrestling? Or are they going to present him like they presented him in the past, where he just kind of feels, yeah, So AEW is hurting and WWE is making a storm. And, Tony wants to act like he's so great and the company's so great and so amazing, so over, and they're doing all these great things. But they're not putting butts in seats. They're not drawing the attention that is definitely being sunk into WWE right now and the road to WrestleMania. Yes, WrestleMania is the biggest pay-per-view event of the year for WWE. And Tony Khan should take notes, but Tony Khan should be doing something to make sure people are also interested in this product. Real wrestling fans are going to watch everything if you keep them interested in it. It comes to a point where if you don't bring the interest, if you don't put something in there that makes us go, ooh, we want to see what's going on over here, that is not disappointing. He's pulled out things where we got to watch it and we're like, oh, okay, well, I don't know where to really watch that because I didn't live up to anything. Tony, you've got to get in here because WWE is railroading you right now. WrestleMania, I know it's the biggest event of all in wrestling. This is the time of the year that everybody's excited. The road to WrestleMania is a great ride. This year, it has been one of the best that we're ever going to get. This is probably going to be one of the best WrestleManias to go down in history ever. Can't wait to see what the involvement of Rock and Roman and Cody and Seth and how all these elements are going to come together. What's going to happen? What type of match are Cody and Roman Reigns going to have? What position will Rock play in that? Which position will Seth Rollins, who's going to be the Shield for Cody Rhodes, play in that? How does Jey Uso play in this? Jimmy Uso, Solo Sikoa. What about a Jacob Fatu? He's a free agent. Could he be on his way to WWE? Is he going to play a role in this brand new Bloodline scenario? What is going to happen? This is what AEW needs to bring because this is what it's exciting about WWE because we're all waiting in anticipation. I'm hungry. The time can't go by fast enough. I'm ready to see WrestleMania. I'm excited to even see Elimination Chamber. It's going to be a hard one since it's in Perth, Australia. It's going to come on at 2 a.m. here. It's going to be interesting, but we're going to get there. It's going to be fun. We can't wait to break it down. But anywho, I need to get out of here because I've rambled on long enough. I've ranted, and I'm sure you're all tired of listening to me rant. I do thank you for being here. I do thank you for taking time out of your day, your night, your weekend, whenever you come and watch this to listen to me rant on the Big Time. This has been another Big Time Rants right here on the Value Wrestling, right here on YouTube. Make sure you hit that like button. Let's get this out in the algorithm. Give me all the likes you can because I'd appreciate it. This will help us get out to more people. Make sure you ring that bell for notifications so you're always notified when we come up with new content, new videos posting, or even when we go live. You can be able to join in the conversation, the chat. Always drop your comments below. Whether we agree or disagree, your comments are very much welcome. Just be respectful. That's all we ask. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let's join the Value Wrestling family because it's going to be an awesome thing. You're getting in on the ground floor. We are almost at 250. We're almost halfway to 500. That's what's really getting exciting. Once we hit that 500 mark and that 1,000 mark, this channel is really going to do some great things. We just got to hit those marks. Because of the circumstances, once we hit those marks, then we can really open the doors to new ventures, new things that we want to bring to this channel that we're really, really excited about, that we know there. We want to get more interactive. We know WWE 2K24 is coming. I've already got it on pre-order. I want to bring some content with that in the future, but we got to get this numbers up, and we need your help and support in doing that. So make sure you share this out with friends, family, and anybody that you know that likes professional wrestling. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Join the Value Wrestling family. Become part of the Value Wrestling family because we are here to be contenders, not pretenders. We are truly the revolutionary force in wrestling podcasting. You can believe that. You can take that to the bank. On the Big Time, I thank you for being here. I'm going to get out of here. I have rambled on for you all long enough. But until the next one, we'll see you then.